What's up, obscure mic people? It's Bark. I'm back, and I've got a handheld tube condenser. That's not true. I've got a tube condenser. It's a Rode Classic. It's should have a one long mounting, like half yoke mount. Doesn't have it. Didn't come with it, but it was a great deal. Couldn't pass it up. So we're going to hold this heavy bastard and talk into it. Listen to that tone. Oh my God. So not a big fan of the whole tube condenser thing because of you needing the power source and the extra cable. And sometimes you have to replace tubes, that whole kind of thing. I guess I could at least look into the camera, couldn't I? I could, I could. But anyways, there's a lot of work that goes into this. You've got a simplicity chart. You've got dynamics, pretty simple, easy to take care of. Condensers start to get a little harder. Things can go wrong. Ribbons, same thing. You gotta be careful not to break the ribbon, not to throw plosives in there. And then you got tubes, which there's a lot going on with a tube microphone. But my God, my first foray into tube microphones, and I wish I wouldn't have sold this thing already because it sounds super sweet. I don't know if I've heard anything quite like this in my ears before. Like, it just sounds sweet. It has a sweetness to it, like a warmth and a sweetness that I've not had yet. So that is, they say you get that vintage warm tube sound. I feel it. I hear it. It sounds wonderful. Let's do some tests. Not that I want to. I don't even want to throw a plosive into this thing. I think it's just too amazing. It is heavy as heck, by the way. Super heavy. Let me show you the microphone real quick. Nothing crazy, just a simple, huge microphone. And on the bottom, you've got a different kind of connection here, multi-pin connection that runs to the power supply, which I will show you now as well, that has omnidirectional, cardioid, and figure 8, and a whole lot of in-between patterns. And you've got some low-cut filters there. I'm not going to video me switching through them, but I'm going to keep it on the picture of this thing so you can just kind of see and remember what patterns and things are going on here. I'll probably throw it in omnidirectional and figure 8 for just a second, but for the most part, we're going to stay on cardioid with this thing. So this is one sweet, sweet microphone. Like I said, heavy. This mic probably weighs, this is probably 3 pounds plus I'm holding here. And I'm very happy to be holding it. That's what she said. Very happy. All right, I'm going to reluctantly throw some tests into this thing. I really just want to start a voiceover career all of a sudden. This sounds so good to my ears. So good. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pineapple pizza, even handles plosives good. Are you serious right now? Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pineapple pizza. Come on, man. All right. Go spin the microphone 90 degrees so you can get the off-axis rejection. 180 degrees, 90 degrees again, and back around slowly to the front of the microphone. I even think it handled off-axis rejection pretty well. Daggone. When you go right on top of the Rode Classic, the original Rode Classic, not the Mark II, nothing like that, it's just the Rode Classic. This is what it sounds like when you are directly on top of this sweet, amazing mic. I want to say I should have kept this thing, but I just don't really do enough to justify, like, it's YouTube, it's podcasting. If I did voiceover, this thing would be amazing. This is probably the best voiceover mic I've ever heard. If I was singing, if I was a professional singer, I'm close. This thing would probably do me a lot of good. Granted, I'd need to either make or find a yoke mount for it, because it does not fit in a regular stand. You will not get this in any stand that I know of. You need that half yoke. So, yeah, wish mine would have came with it. Alas, it did not. It is what it is. But my God, what an amazing mic. I just wanted you guys to hear it before I shipped it off to the lucky person that got this from me. Lucky you. She's a beauty. She is a beauty, an absolutely astounding sounding. New obscure Mike's catchphrase. Astounding sounding. Let's do the polar patterns real quick before we sign off, because just wanted you to hear it. There's not a whole lot I can do with it, but sweet. All right, so this is omnidirectional. The tone changed, less warm. You're going to hear some car noise outside, but I'm going to spin the microphone around, and it should still pick up, even though the tone does change just a tiny bit as I spin it around. It is definitely still a little more sensitive from the front, but it's nothing crazy. Let's go to cardioid again for a palette cleanser. We're back to cardioid. Takes a second for that sound to kick back in, but that smoothness and warmth just burst right back out of me. Out of the mic. Now we're going to go with figure 8. Still sounding pretty warm. And I'm going to turn the microphone 90 degrees and it cuts like a knife. And then we're going to turn it to the other figure 8 pattern. A little bit different tone. That seems to be the case with every figure 8 mic I've ever used. In my experience, the tone is slightly different on the back of the capsule as opposed to the front. See how that was working there? I honestly think that's common. Some people say it shouldn't do that, and it's not, but I've never heard a figure 8 pattern where they both sound identical. That's just me. Now we're back to cardioid mode. Ooh, I'm so warm. Let's take some of that warmth away with the low cut filter on the box. This is the first low cut filter. So you're going to get a lot more clarity. A lot of that warmth goes away. Still sounds pretty good. Let's go ahead with the more aggressive roll off at the low end. Now we're on the more aggressive low end roll off. And this would probably be a good mode for instruments. That's that's nice. Let's go back to that warmness. Oh yeah. Cover me in your warmth. I don't know what I'm saying. There's some pads on here too, a 10 decibel. Clicking that on now, 10 dB pad. And a 20 dB pad. But we don't want that. We want to hear this beautiful, gorgeous microphone. Anybody watch the Harley Quinn movies, like Birds of Prey? She's so fun. Anyways, this is probably the best sounding mic I've ever had on my voice, in my opinion. And that's me waking up, doing this video first thing in the morning, kind of sleepy. So take that with a grain of salt. But I think if I needed a pure vocal microphone, and I was making a lot of money doing that to justify keeping something like this, out of every mic I've ever owned so far, this sounds the best on voice, in my opinion, just bar none. I think it sounds fabulous. So if you get a chance to grab one of these at a decent price, it'd be hard to say don't. I would be standing behind you like Jack Nicklaus. That's not right. I'm not a golfer. I'd stand behind you like Jack Nicholson, like this. Yeah, that's right. And then I would swing a golf club and drive a ball 300 yards down the field. Yep, that's what I do because I'm a shark. The shark. That's Greg Norman. I don't know what the hell it's too early. Road Classic is out of here. Bark's out of here. See you guys next time. I already regret selling this, but the whole point of buying it was to sell it anyways because I got a fantastic deal on this thing. Beautiful tone. Obscure Mics. Peace out.